Lovely Assistant Brooklyn here joining me this morning because we are hoping that you are in the mood to have a fun, colorful project to do as a family with the kids, because let's face it, spending time creating things together is just a really fun, meaningful way to connect. We have some of our best conversations when we create things together, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And what I love about this project, we call this Making Faces.
Yes,
right?
and there's one thing you should never do with their face.
What?
That'll lead to a staring contest. It always wins.
It always wins, that's right.
Unless you make it with its eyes closed. Then you always win.
There you go. All right, well, we're making faces, and what we love about making faces together is the fact that this is just a really fun opportunity for you to have some great conversations about differences. You get to explore moods. You come up with some really cool ways to create all kinds of different personalities and different expressions. So we're going to share with you how we like to go about making faces at our house, and because we've made a lot of faces over the years, haven't we?
Yes, we have all of these on a wall. And it's packed. I don't think we can fit one more thing on.
No, we have lots of faces. We've had a lot because Maddie's done a lot. You have, so we've got quite a collection.
You can even put mine on the wall.
Yes. Yeah. Oh well, it's on its way. So the first thing you want to do,
it's getting shipped.
yes, is get some inspiration going. So if you have some books on just drawing faces, cartooning books are great. They give you some great examples
Or you could just do anything you want. Like if you've seen something from a show, like a little nice show that you've seen that you like the person in it, you could draw that too.
Yep. Characters from shows. We love to do an inspiration board, print off all kinds of just different fun faces that everybody picks out. Gives you something to look at and be inspired to come up with your own style and different ways of doing some of your faces. And then once you have all of your inspiration in place, you're ready to gather up some canvases. And for canvases, again, work with what you have. I love working on squares.
Littler ones.
Littler squares.
I like working on bigger ones because it gives me more room to do what I want.
Yeah, you just need more wall space. But if you do smaller ones, you can create a really cool grouping and collection, and it doesn't take up quite as much space. But wood is a really great background for this project because you can sand on it and you can have some fun with it that way.
The smaller ones are just harder to draw on.
Yeah, you don't have as much room. So I wouldn't start maybe with the small one. That's a good point.
If you were like 5 or something.
Yeah, bigger space.
If you're 5, I would start with one like this or something.
Yes, very good point.
Because you're not going to have enough room on these. Like, I was little and I think I drew one of these. Like this one, I didn't have enough room.
Yeah, you're kind of confined. So start with bigger ones for the smaller kids, and then you can work your way into these smaller canvases. Yes. But the first step that you want to do is to paint your background. And this is a great way for the kids to just play around with moving color, creating different designs and patterns in the colors that they choose. And then once you have your backgrounds all painted, then you're ready. You're going to let those dry, and then you're going to come back in and start adding all of your faces and your different features and all of the detail that comes into that. You've got some good backgrounds going on over here. That one's going to be fun.
This one, get off the board.
And then you can sand things down if you want to create some other texture in there and distress it.
I made a little checkerboard one.
That's going to be a great background for a face.
I'm going to let it dry. And then I'm going to draw on it, the face on it. Okay, I've got this one.
Very nice.
And so while I was drawing, I did this one and I let it dry, and then I made this one. And while I'm letting that one dry, I made that one. So I'm just gonna let them all dry.
Right. So you can kind of keep things moving. So give everybody a few different canvases that you can work on.
And then once you're done with your last one, I bet one of them will probably like dry, like a simple one like this would probably be dry by then, but a non-simple one like this or something.
Gonna take a little bit longer.
That have a like more 3D type shape are gonna take a little longer.
Yep, thicker paints, longer dry time. And then once you have all your faces done, you need to I hold them up, and then the kids will look at them, and we gotta give them names. So
and you gotta have wet wipes.
You gotta give them. You gotta have wet wipes. That's right. It's kind of messy, but the kids come up with the best names for all of these faces, and they are always very fitting. This is the latest one Berkeley did a while back.
Dr. J. Arrington.
Dr. J. Arrington, and if you look at him, he really does look like Dr. J. Arrington.
We put a lot of labels.
Yeah, we really let people know what his name is. But all of our faces, they all have names. Put them together in a really cool grouping in the kids' room, in the hallway somewhere. But they bring you a lot of joy. They make you smile when you walk by and look at them. And plus, we have a great time actually coming together and working on them. So you can create your own wall of fame, and we promise you it will be loaded with character.